Sorry about that. So this will be part two of the week 6 lecture. My recording got interrupted there for a second. I apologize for that. Anyway, going back to Kerberos. Again, often used in Active Directory. It's a key distribution center. It is kind of the forerunner of public key cryptography, public key infrastructure. It has a very distinct process to include what we call a ticket granting process or a ticket granting server, which passes out to clients in order for them to use that ticket to log into the system. Cracking Kerberos is not unheard of. Typically, this is called the golden ticket attack or golden ticket hack. There's an exercise on 76306 that kind of walks you through some of the process of that. This is a privilege escalation type of attack. It is horizontal user to user, so where you go from a user of the same permission to a user of the same permission. A vertical escalation is where you go from a standard user, say, to an administrator or a root user or a super user. And changing passwords is typically one of the first things you do after you've gained a privilege escalation. There's a lot of different ways to do that. I like just the old school way of just going and changing the password. Executing applications. So executing code on systems is one of the easier ways to implant backdoors and get a shell, a command window into the system. Also, backdoors will help you with persistence if you can implant a backdoor, say through Netcat or some other type of program. Crackers, keyloggers, other types of malware can always send back information to you about the system, what it's doing, etc. So planning a backdoor isn't quite as hard as you think. There's a lot of tools that are out there that will help you do that. Again, I kind of called out Netcat earlier. There's a exercise on 7.7, page 310 that shows you that. But other ones, there's a whole module in Metasploit about doing backdoors through a reverse TCP shell. Covering your tracks. So with covering your tracks, this is a really, really, really important step. So understanding how logging works as a pen tester is very important. So when you are able to gain access to a system and log into that system, where does it record that you logged in? Under one event log in Windows, under what log in Linux, right? Did you log in via SSH? Did you log in via rlogin? Did you log in via some other means? Where are those individual application logs located? There are other tools that will help automate this process. CCleaner, WinZapper, LSlave, MRU Blaster. These are just a few. Typically, what you don't want to do is just go into the event logs and completely wipe them. That's a telltale sign. That's a oh yeah, look, I have a royal flush here type of a move. You don't want to do that. You don't want to tip your hand until the very end, if at all, because the goal is to persist in the system as long as you possibly can. Data hiding. Clean up your mess. It's like, as my mom always liked to tell me, clean up after yourself, clean up your toys. Remove your tools. Alternate data systems, which is a part of NTFS, is a good tool that helps kind of look at what you've installed, even at the registry level, comparable to hierarchical file systems on Macs. Other things that you need to do is just keep a log, keep track of what you're putting on a system. Sometimes you don't have to do this. I was involved in one pen test one time where I and my team had done such a good job. The client made his IT staff clean up after us as kind of penance for them not catching us breaking into the system. Kind of a weird story, but it was true. All right, so to sum everything up, the essentials to this: understand the process of gaining access to a system. Know that it's very methodical. You have to spend a lot of time. It's trial and error. Know the different types of password cracking tools and utilities and how it's different between Linux and Windows systems. Understand the difference between horizontal and vertical privilege escalation and where privilege escalation is used. and methodologies of implanting backdoors and covering your tracks once you've gained access to the system. All very, very, very important. So that's all I have for this week, week 7. Until next time, this is Professor Brown. We'll see you in lab. Be prepared for to talk about your project and maybe do a little bit of wireless hacking this week. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.